twice since our ghetto fix in the car park at Repco. So our confidence in that is a little bit reduced, but it's not a persistent issue at this stage that's going to cause us to take any further action. We'll see how it goes. Bit of a working theory, it might be engine mounts, gearbox mounts causing a shift that's knocking it out, but it's certainly not a terminal issue at this point in the game. Other than that, the car is running faultlessly, touch wood. Currently getting about
6.7 litres to the 100k.
6.7 litres to the 100k's.
So that is a good tune motor. Okay, so one of the features on the 172 and on all the sports versions of these Mark IIs was this variable intake airbox. So it uses sound harmonics to reinforce the induction force. Okay? So it has a solenoid that's vacuum actuated and electronically controlled. At certain RPMs it opens up and it starts bringing the air in from a different to the airbox from a different length. And the idea is the tuned length of that will modify the harmonic in the intake and so improve the horsepower output of the motor.
Does it work?
Well, I'd say, you know, with all the F1 technology, I'm sure it does work, but I think what they've done is, what the difference between that is, for example, mine, where I've just got the straight right angle and into a massive pod, is the massive pod, you just get lots of induction noise. So I think it's sort of the compromise where we're trying to reduce the induction noise that people don't want to hear and still giving the customer a higher level of induction ability. So it sort of opens up that airbox and changes the tune length of the runner ever so slightly to improve the output.
It's like Honda VTEC, only for your air intake.
yeah, that or it would be more like a Peter Brock energy polarizer.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother Google, that one. So just recapping on this 5th-year debacle.
So that's 5 times?
5 times in, let me get the kilometre rating, and we've done 206 kilometres. Okay. So it's about every 40 kilometres, but its frequency is recurring a little bit more common, maybe every 30 kilometres now. Still running 6.8. But anyway, going back to combo, about gearboxes and a guy that's got multiple phase ones.
Yeah.
So he's got a series 2, I think, let me get this right. There was the original Clio that was built, which was the one that we were watching the doco on, which is the one that's got they rallied the Williams version as well. Very popular. Then they went to this shape in a phase which was Mark II. The initial one was the phase 1. They did a 172 in that. That was the one imported into Australia, 85 official models imported into Australia. They're slowly being depleted, crushed, crashed, tracked, destroyed. Then they did the update, so a facelift, changed a fair bit of stuff. Same engine, theoretically, and that became the phase 2 of Mark II. So Mark II phase 2. So this is a Mark II phase 2, and then they went on Mark 3, 4, I think we're up to 5 now, but most guys like Mark 3 is the 200, and then all these, so then there was the phase 2, 172, 182, and then there was a Cup, and then they went to the phase 3 and they did a 197 and 200 Cup as well. And then they did all these other little variants because they were madly trying to sell little hot hatches. In Europe they brought in ones that did the Red Bull edition. Guys have got the Red Bull edition.
Was that track or rally?
No, it's track, everything's track. So it was, you know, they did, what else they do? Oh, there's guys with these 182s talk about the phase 2 182 where they got an LE or what's the other one? Track specials, the Cups and the LEs, the different colours. Yeah, you've got Red Bulls and then you've got the F1. So they just change them out. Then you get the options in the seats, whether you've got the Brembo and the brakes, and the whole time they're still selling, you know, the poverty packs for the hairdressers to drive,
2-hour update point.
2-hour update.
Where are we going to? Glenrowan?
We're going to stop, keep running now until we get to Glenrowan, which is another half an hour away.
Yep.
Do a fuel up, refresh.
We're going to work out how far we can get. Planning to stop driving around
another 3 hours of driving.
Yeah, another 3 hours of driving.
Check into a hotel, find a pub, have a can of meal, a few brewskis.
Put the scan tool on.
Scan her up for spots. And go to bed. But
early start.
Early, it's been
big
a long
run.
day. 3:30 start. 2 hours at the airport. I didn't want to spend.
Yeah, well, 2.5 hours. Yeah, a bit of a muck around.
Around there.
Plane got delayed 2.5 hours. Thank you, Virgin.
Curbside repairs and the friends at Repco Sunshine.
Sunshine Repco.
Sunshine Repco. Thank you very much. Our first of our French affair foods, baguette at the state line. It's some good food and some good coffee.
So we've decided that we're going to make it to Wagga Wagga. So
Mark's now driving the car he
for the
owns.
first time. I am now officially a Renault driver. Are they owned by Ford?
No.
Oh, that's a shame.
They own Nissan, mate.
They own Nissan, righto. And yeah, look, it's pretty pokey. Impressed with 5th gear pull. You know, the thing is, it's
got 3 pedals.
It's got 3 pedals. And we're sort of northbound and down, and we're going to be going to the Riverina Hotel for a steak and a beer. And tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow's going to be
a dash to home.
A dash to home. So that's going to be
early start.
1100 k's tomorrow. So that's going to be epic.
We're not even seeing the town we're going to stay at tonight on the side on the road signage. There's no Wagga Wagga, even though it is considered a major regional capital of New South Wales. They don't seem to rate it here in Victoria. We're about 100 k's or even less to the border. So we've done 400 k's roughly. We'll have done 400 k's, and we'll cross from one state into another state of Australia. But we haven't left the country.
Now, how accurate is the speedo? Because this says,
yeah, that's safe.
That's safe.
That's safe, yeah. So halfway between 110 and 120 is an actual 110.
Right.
Because you're running on the 195 50-15s, but if you fit your Renault with a 205 50-15, then you have the reduce a little bit of that pull, puts the gears a little bit further apart, makes the speedo more accurate.
Well, it's day 2 of the 3300 project. A car we bought for £1,100, flowing down to Victoria 1,100 miles to pick it up and then driving it back 1,100 miles. Today's going to be a huge day. We've got more than 10 hours of driving ahead of us, all things going well, and given that this is a 20-year-old French car, that's a tall order. But we're going to warm this thing up. We're going to put the scan tool on it. It has got a couple of codes. We're going to see if we can clear down. At the moment we're in lovely Wagga Wagga. With some local wildlife there in the background. I'll just give you a bit of a look at the car because I don't know if we've had a bit of a squeeze through it yet. But this is what £1,100 or $2,500 will get you. It's in reasonable shape for a survivor. Got all the essentials. Haven't quite thrown out the mask in case we have to fly home from an airport along the way. When you own a Renault, it's important, I've been told, to have the right amount of painkillers. So aspirin and paracetamol. Haven't had to use them yet, but it's only early days. Hey, look
Like
at that.
Yeah, let's see whether we've got no SRS issue. Safety restraint system issues. This car. We'll go for a bit of a run. Warm everything up a bit. See if we can scan it. Oh, we might do it now. Seatbelt light. Kilometres. So we did 483 kilometres yesterday.
which is rookie numbers.
Luckily 95 kilometres an hour average speed. We've cracked the 231. Trying to find, doing it 6.7 litres to 100k. All in all, that's not too bad. Now, so we figured out that although we got the touchy sticky dash, we've still got something that works. So I'm now going to crack on with my old launch. I bought this one because they said that it'd do Dacias and Renault, so I thought there's a good chance it's going to work on my Clio. Just going to try and detect the VIN number here, see what that works. Yep, we did. No, skip that. Okay, it does support, so we're going to go to diagnosis. Cruise down to the R section. Renault, Samsung, or just Renault. We don't want Samsung because this wasn't built in Korea. Okay, it's firing up. Load warms up. Defrost our windscreen. Come on. The world's fastest tool, but certainly the world's simplest tool.
That noise we've got going on there.
Just a bit of a vibration in the exhaust. You need the exhaust mount there at the back, famous exhaust mount at the very rear. Okay, manually select. Now we're not driving a Twingo, a Wind, a Modus, a Capture. We're driving the Clio 2. And actually I'll go back because I found that using the Phase 2 works a little bit better. Just the old Clio 2. So we do Clio 2, Phase 2, 3 and 4, which is what we're driving. Okay, we'll do a quick health report. Yep, we'll start the short test. So this is going to run through. We've got 6 faults in the ECM, 3 faults in the ABS, 3 faults in the SRS. Transmission control module, which we don't really have. We'll check it in case we do. I've had plenty of scan tools that won't talk to a Renault. This one does. Come on. Not equipped, yeah, we knew that. Mobiliser, there's faults there. AC, there's a fault there.
But other than that, it's perfect.
Gets us home. I don't care how many faults it's got. Come on, hurry up. We don't have power assisted steering. Tell us that we've got hydraulic, and then we'll skip that in a minute. 3 minutes of scanning and warming up this motor. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. There we go, not equipped. Discharge lamp. Through that one, might be one more after. And what I think I'll do is, I don't want to muck around here, we just want to do a quick clear, so we're just going to clear the whole lot out of the system and then see what comes back. Just cutting the drive. Yep, it's not equipped. Gas injection, that's not equipped either. Come on, just suspend this nonsense. Okay, so lights are doing, lights are on because they're self-charged. So there we go, lights came on by themselves, like they're meant to do. Come on, gas injection. Not equipped with gas injection. Come on.
There you go.
Okay, so what do we got here? We got the vehicle speed sensor, pedal sensor, throttle incoherence, oh great. We've got cruise control fault, which we don't have. Injection multiplex missing on the ABS. So we've got a rear right hand wheel speed sensor. So So we need to fix that. We get home with a couple of wrecks of those. Bit of voltage issue, bit of invalid nonsense, bit of other nonsense, rain sensor, blah blah blah. Anyway, recycled motor circuit, which means we won't have recirc on this car, so sort of explains why I'm getting the cold pedal, cold foot. Alright, so let's clear code and let's turn her off, turn her back on, click yes, everything's clear, clear. So we've still got no right hand rear speed sensor, but the car starts again. So I guess we're driving home without ESP and without ABS, but other than that there's nothing else in it. So we'll put a speed sensor in. I've got a couple of wrecks at home, pull one out of that, chuck that in, our Christmas tree should disappear. Alright, time to hit the road.